we are facing this kind of reckless interference from you? You're still pretending to be the good guy? The events of the past are no secret, you and her are like water and fire, how could you reconcile? For such a small thing. You're going to affect the reputation of Gu family? Gu Chang'e, now you're coming out? Are you trying to deny what happened back then? Gu Chang'e looked at Gu Tianni and said, the events of the past. He landed on the ground and said, why wouldn't I admit it? It was me, and had nothing to do with Gu family. Taking advantage of today, I'm going to end this matter. Gu Tianni was momentarily stunned, her eyes wide open. At this moment, blue light began to emit from Gu Chang'e's bones. Gu Chang'e said, the Dao bone I took from my sister was my youthful ignorance. Now, I return it to her. Gu Nam's son, the ancestor, was observing all of this from the passage. Haomya roared, you. Qi Chang'e looked at Qi Xianer and said, this Dao bone originally belonged to Xianer, but I took it when the opportunity arose. That's why it's been drifting outside the family. And I've always felt guilty about it. Today, in front of everyone, I will return it to its rightful place. He continued to lift his own bones with both hands. A painful expression appeared on his face, and blood dripped from the corner of his mouth. Qi Chang'e said, Xianer, you've suffered these years. Qi Xianer saw everything and bit her lip, tears falling down her face. Then, Qi Xianer cried out, Qi Chang'e, stop. I've already obtained a new Dao bone. I don't need yours. Qi Chang'e finally removed a bone. Dark clouds appeared in the sky, accompanied by thunder and lightning. The subordinates of the Sea King's palace shouted, this is a Dao bone. It really is a terrifying talent. It can actually influence the heavens and earth. This Dao bone is so powerful, no wonder even his sister had to intervene initially. Qi Chang'e handed the Dao bone to Qi Xianer and said, this Dao bone has finally returned to its original owner. Qi Xianer was surprised, her eyes filled with tears as she stammered. Qi Chang'e, you. Qi Chang'e stood in front of Qi Xianer, a huge energy gap appearing in his chest. He said, Xianer, don't worry, this is just the process of taking it out. Qi Xianer thought to herself, I know exactly what this feeling is. On the tool of fate used by the daughter of destiny, Qi Xianer gained 8,000 points of luck and 40,000 points of destiny value. Qi Chang'e said, Xianer, you've suffered these years. As your older brother, I will make it up to you. This is a matter of the Qi family, so you need not trouble yourselves. Haomya said, the power of reincarnation. I can't believe you've mastered it. Another person said, his strength is truly terrifying. Despite such serious injuries, he's already recovered half. A leading subordinate said, it seems Qi Shixiang's trump card is more than just the Dao bone. Another person asked, is he really in the void god realm? How come it feels like we're fireflies compared to the bright moon when facing him? Qi Chang'e continued treating his wounds, and said, Xianer is the prodigy of our Qi family's immortality. What the Sea King Palace did today, I believe, is a challenge to our Qi family's immortality. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and asked, are you ready to face death? Haomya shouted, so what if you have the power of reincarnation? If not for the relationship between our two clans, do you think I would be a great sage? Qi Chang'e showed a sinister smile and said, a great sage, huh? Then, Qi Chang'e once again pressed his hands together, bowed his head, and asked the sky, Ancestor, what do you think? The sky split open, and Ancestor Qi Nanshan appeared once again. He said, today, all members of the Sea King Palace must stay. Ancestor Qi Nanshan appeared and stood in front of the Sea King Palace's army. Haomya shouted, Qi family's ancestor. He quickly presented a decree and shouted, this is bad. Quickly request the protection of the king. Soon, a Sea tribe law body holding a trident appeared. He said, the Qi family is bullying smaller clans. Do they have no shame? Haomya shouted, King Wu, help. Ancestor Qi Nanshan's pig slayer blade began to show its power. He said, it's all useless. Then he charged forward. Qi Chang'e hurriedly stopped him, wait. Ancestor Nanshan seems to have something important to deal with. He quickly stopped and shouted, the root. Qi Chang'e happily said, just wanted to remind the ancestor to be careful not to flatten the heavenly ancient city. Otherwise, the Grand Elder will really get angry. Qi Nanshan shouted, next time, speak clearly in advance and don't interrupt me while I'm performing the destruction spell. Qi Chang'e obediently replied, yes, ancestor. King Wu said, the Sea King Palace has no intention of making enemies with the Qi family. As long as Qi Xianer. Qi Nanshan glared angrily and shouted, shut up. What is the Sea King Palace? How dare they be so arrogant in front of the Qi family? Then, with just one strike, King Wu's law body was split in half. The shrimps behind were all chopped in half, falling to the ground, with not a single piece of armor left, and were gradually disappearing. 3 days later, Guchanga arrived at a cold place, where snowflakes were flying. He asked, what exactly is going on? Speak quickly. Gu Xianer stood beside him, coldly watching her and said, Guchanga, what is your real purpose? Are you lying to me? You went so far as to dig out bones for me. But after 3 days, you haven't paid any attention to me. What does this mean? Guchanga walked ahead and said, is this all? Gu Xianer, you've let me down. It's not that you're not working hard on cultivation, but wasting time on such boring things. He glanced at her and asked, what? Can't see the motivation for cultivation anymore? Do I need to feel sorry for you and dig out a few more bones for you? Gu Xianer shouted angrily from behind. Stop pretending like you're lecturing me. I don't know about others, but I've only just met you, and you act one way in front of me, but a completely different way afterward. Guchanga said angrily, Gu Xianer, don't think that just because you swore an oath of heart, I can't hit you. You've got guts, be careful or I'll kick you. Gu Xianer was about to kick Guchanga in the back and shouted, you dare. Let me show you, the one who should be kicked is you. Guchanga lightly sidestepped and said, you're too naive. Causing Gu Xianer to miss her step. Then, Guchanga kicked Gu Xianer several miles away. As she was kicked away, she screamed, ah. Guchanga, wait for me. In the future, I will definitely deal with you. Transition to Yi Longtian's residence. In the distance, a subordinate was reporting, this is everything that happened in Daotian ancient city. Yi Langtian pondered and said, I didn't expect Brother Chang'e to have such a past. Yi Liuli asked, digging bones for his sister? It seems he really loves his sister. But, brother, will the Sea King Palace and the Chongqinggu family go to war next? Di Shui said, kid, probably not. The Sea King Palace doesn't have the courage to directly confront the Gu family. Yi Langtian replied, that's right, unless the Sea King has lost his mind. Transition to the Sea King Palace's ocean. In the main hall, the Sea King shouted, damn. Our Sea King Palace has been dominant for so many years, this is the first time we've been so humiliated. The old turtle beside him said, Your Majesty, as long as you give the order, I'll summon the elite of the sea race to destroy the Chongqinggu family and restore our honor. Let them know that we are not to be messed with. The Sea King said, the avatar technique I gave him only lasted a while in his hands. If there really is a conflict with the Gu family. I'm afraid, he said, worried. The old turtle kept shouting, Your Majesty, the entire sea race is so vast, our sea race is extremely powerful, everyone knows we contribute to the clan. A little old ancestor from the Gu family. Even if we mobilize the strength of the entire clan, might not be able to defeat us. Suddenly, the sea trembled. The old turtle shouted, damn it. The Sea King said with concern, this aura is from the old ancestor of the Gu family. Transition to the Wu Shuang Immortal Dynasty, where a subordinate was also reporting to the Moonbright Sky Emperor, this is everything that happened in Daotian ancient city. The young Master Chang'e said, anyone who dares to touch Gu Xianer will have their entire family wiped out, and their bones dug out and returned. Moonbright Sky replied. I understand, you may leave. The subordinate replied, yes. And left. Moonbright Sky pondered, what exactly is Chang'e thinking? Now, you are both like and unlike the old you. I am increasingly unable to understand you. Chang'e originally, in the previous life, Xianer's ending was tragic, but this life is vastly different from the one I remember. The image of Guchanga making her laugh appeared in her mind. She thought, whether it's Xianer's matter or mine, if he only wanted to harm me, why would he do these things? Chang'e, I was really foolish, it wasn't until later that I understood. Actually, he cares for me. Yu Mingkong stood up and thought, forget it. If I'm wrong, I brought it upon myself. From now on, no matter if you stand against the heavens, I will stand by your side. She was thinking about the events of her past life, the next life after leaving the immortal ancient, how the Sea King Palace made things difficult for Xianer and was destroyed by the ancestor. And the palace was sealed for 100,000 years. Afterward, Juan Tian re-emerged, leading various factions to establish the True Immortal Academy and train the true immortals of this era. The legend of the Juren clan emerged. It was said that whenever a disaster capable of destroying the world arrives, the human race will step forward to save all living beings and revive the world. The human race will never be extinguished, only constantly enduring hardship through reincarnation, saving tens of thousands of lives. And once a reincarnation of the human race awakens, they will inherit the power of the human race. At that time, as the inheritor of Qi Change's demonic power, her identity would be revealed. She gazed into the distance and thought, with Qi Change's current strength, he is still not enough to fight the human race. I need to find a way to delay his awakening. Yu Mingkong stood in the high hall and loudly commanded, convey this decree, the Wushuang immortal dynasty will establish the Wushuang Guard. Anyone with talent may come to protect the immortal dynasty. Below, the subordinates and officials knelt and shouted in unison, yes. She thought, the so-called Wushuang Guard is the extremely murderous thing Qi Chang'e made me create in my past life. By creating enormous life-creating objects, soldiers will become puppets for killing, and at a crucial moment, they will resonate with life to share the burden of responsibility. Chang'e in this life, I will do everything from my past life. At that time, I can help you, Yu Mingkong thought, determined. In another place, in Qi Chang'e's room, the familiar bottle released immortal spirits that flew around Qi Chang'e. The purple light in Qi Chang'e's eyes flickered. He thought, the Grand Elder is still too merciful, giving the Dragon Clan a few days to think. They will definitely find a way to rebel. The green-haired person said, this is the information we got from the Dragon Clan. Alright, hey Ming, hurry up and tell me about the Immortal Sutra. The person with two horns excitedly said. That's right, good brother. How could I forget to tell you about such a great thing? Our Kunt clan will definitely remember this. Hey Ming, drunk from drinking, raised his cup and said, haha, count me in. Taking disciples, I guess even the highest beings wouldn't care about that. Qi Chang'e, while manipulating and observing everything, thought, of course they don't care. I didn't expect you, kid, to generously pass on my immortal technique. This saves me a lot of trouble. As Qi Chang'e absorbed the immortal spirits, he said, Dragon Clan of the Immortal Ancient, if you want to die, I will grant your wish. Chang'e, as for the Kunt clan, it's time to welcome your new master, Qi Chang'e said maliciously. On a part of the city wall, someone said, the Immortal Sutra we got from He Ming is really amazing. In a short time, we broke through decades of bottlenecks. Haha, those people still want to secretly cultivate us. The one who just spoke is our young master, so clever. 2 cups of wine and he got He Ming's Immortal Sutra. The bald man said, after cultivating this Immortal Sutra, the speed of cultivation is like moving 1,000 miles a day. But I don't know where He Ming got it from. Suddenly, someone's hair trembled, and they screamed, there's a change. A phantom figure appeared and said, you two are so happy, is there something you'd like to share with me? Qi? The person with hair asked, who dares to intrude into the Divine Sparrow clan? The bald man said, oh, Qi Chang'e, what are you doing in our clan? Qi Chang'e appeared and said, oh, you recognize me? That makes it much easier. Call your clan leader out to welcome your new master. This made the 2 people shout angrily, you. Then, a fat man appeared from the passage. He said, you intrude into our clan and claim to be our master. Is this the kind of arrogant and rude person the young master of the Qi family is? The 2 clan members shouted in unison, clan leader. Qi Chang'e was preparing to summon a magical item and said, I'm here just to take back what's mine, not out of arrogance or rudeness. The clan leader was surprised and said, that's the power of reincarnation. He's actually the successor of the ancient reincarnation Heavenly Venerable. Qi Chang'e began to release his power and said, now what? Obey me obediently, or face death. This made the clan leader worried and unsure of what to say. Immediately, the subordinates below shouted, so what if you're the successor of the ancient reincarnation Heavenly Venerable? Our Divine Sparrow clan will never bow to anyone. Another person said, how could we ever submit to you, Qi Chang'e? Don't dream. The members of the Divine Sparrow clan began to retaliate. The clan leader hurriedly stopped them, stop. Qi Chang'e's eyes flashed with purple light as he said, foolish. A woman immediately appeared, her body covered in purple veins. Most of the people standing behind also became stiff, unable to do anything before they were sent flying. Go get your boxed meal. The tribe leader broke into a cold sweat and anxiously asked, is this the slave seal? Someone replied, he can control the slave seal so easily? Guchanga thought to himself, the effect of this prerequisite is no less than that of the slave seal. He spoke, is anyone still opposed? The tribe leader had no choice but to kneel and say, from today onward, we are willing to recognize young master as our leader. Immediately, everyone from the Shenlan tribe knelt and shouted, we are willing to recognize young master as our leader. The tribe leader cleverly said, young master, I hold some information about the ancient vine snake tribe. Would you like me to share it? Guchanga thought, what's going on here? He spoke, go ahead. The tribe leader replied, regarding the incident at the reincarnation altar, young master should consider the ancient vine snake tribe. Recently, they have been gathering strength. Likely to deal with descendants like you. Guchanga asked, are you saying they are likely to be determined to resist until the end? The tribe leader answered, exactly. Their tribe is known for being stubborn. However, the scene shifted to the ancient vine snake tribe, where all the tribe members bowed before Guchanga and said, the ancient vine snake tribe has been waiting here for young Master Gu for a long time. The whole tribe is willing to serve young master, charging into battle without hesitation. Please lead our tribe to greater strength and create more glory. This left the tribe leader of the Shenlan tribe dumbfounded. Guchanga coldly asked, known for being stubborn? The tribe leader of the Shenlan tribe hurriedly stammered, this. The tribe leader of the ancient vine snake tribe thought to himself, I am stubborn, not foolish. I don't want to become the next warrior tribe. The tribe leader of the Shenlan tribe said, today, without young master making a move, we have already successfully subdued the ancient vine snake tribe. What are your orders next? Guchanga gave a cold smile and said, gather the army next. 2 enormous lightning ships appeared in the sky, one belonging to the Taichu demon sect, the other to the Chongshingu family. The distant king of darkness observed and said, Guchanga has moved so quickly to stir up turmoil. The fate of the ancient world has already changed, and it still hasn't ended. He took off his hat, revealing a handsome face. An elder appeared and said, this person seems easy to calculate, but he probably wants to drag everyone into it. The thoughts of the ancient tribes have long been too deep to change in a day or two. The king of darkness said, I heard he left the grand elder's heavenly immortal palace. Changa, before reaching the dragon tribe, I don't know why the ancestors of the dragon tribe clashed with the grand elder. This battle scorched the surrounding areas for hundreds of thousands of miles. And the ancestor of the dragon tribe was devoured by the grand elder. However, considering old ties, the grand elder didn't make a move at that time. Unfortunately, it seems Guchanga does not intend to let them off easily. The elder said, the dragon tribe is so stubborn, they didn't even give the grand elder face. They aren't worth pitying even if they die. The king of darkness asked. Elder, does Guchanga really intend to unify the ancient world? The elder replied, at this point, even if he doesn't want to, he has no choice but to consider it. The king of darkness smiled and said, what a terrifying person. I wonder who is stronger, him or my sister. The elder said, nonsense. Comparing him to your sister is not worth mentioning. You are insulting your sister. Your sister's talent is unparalleled in all ages. She is destined to become a saint, or she would have been selected by the human race hall and become a celestial. It's just her temper, since childhood. The elder recalled how a little girl once bullied a few old men. She said, you old fools, I haven't even grown up, and you want to arrange a marriage with me? What's the meaning of this? Do you believe I'll blow up your old lair? The elder sighed, whose karmic hindrance is this? The scene shifted to the human race hall, where magnificent barriers surrounded the area. In a grand hall, powerful energy radiated outward. A woman, dressed in gorgeous attire, was sitting in the great hall, cultivating. A female servant entered and reported, Holy Maiden, the Holy Maiden has already left the heavenly domain. She left a message. The beauty in the air asked, leave? What did she say? The female servant, worried, said, she has no interest in finding the reincarnation of the human clan. She said that she only cares about Jing Qing from the human clan palace.
Additionally, she said she doesn't want to become a saintly figure. She just wants to find a suitable husband and get married. She turned around and